Oh, it's
A
doing it.
dong?
A dong. Yeah, a dong. So once the YouTube thing pops up, I'll go ahead and put that on there. Because it looks like Facebook is going like, oh, sending data because it's being stupid. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put the link here. And see that. Either that way you go ahead and do that. And you guys can go on the YouTube thing. I will put the link up here because this is annoying the hell out of me. So anyway, but go ahead and throw this up on here. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Give me a moment. Hold on.
I lost my window. Where'd my window go? No, that's not the one I want. Too
Oh,
many
that's...
tabs.
Yeah, I know, right? I have too many things right here, and it's showing my YouTube. Hold on. Let's see. Window capture. Okay, display capture. Okay, display capture. Give me a moment here.
It's because I'm in here and it's bad luck today. Somebody said I was talking to somebody and they said I told him I got bit by a dog today. He's like, it wasn't radioactive, was it? I was like, no.
You're like, shut up, you fucker.
He's like, it'd make a great origin story.
Alright, now you get to go see all the shit that I do. All these alerts
Nah.
and fucking everything. My videos. Okay, let's just do this. Alright, lunch hour. Okay, we're gonna do lunch hour right now. Hold on. All these alerts and fucking everything. Alright, sorry guys. My videos. Okay, let's just do this. This is not meant to be anything. I just have a lot of news and shit. We're gonna do lunch hour right now. Underdog. Hey, what's up, Kevin? How's it going? Sorry guys. My videos. Okay, let's just do this. This is not meant to be anything. I just have a lot of news and shit. We're gonna do lunch hour right when it does that because then I'm going crazy. Anyway, let's go do take two. Okay, the cybernetic owl. Cybernetic
Yep, Apex
Samurai.
Cybernetic Samurai Owl. Yeah, it's actually a lot of words for a title. Next time I make a book, I'll make it a little bit shorter, a little easier, something that rolls off the tongue a little better. So we're gonna talk about that again. So basically, Apex Cybernetic Samurai Owl, created in a lab, escapes his creators, kills everybody, and teams up with this old samurai dude who teaches him how to be a samurai, and he fights. Basically, he's just trying to fight to be free from this organization who created him, who wants to use him as a weapon, and they keep trying to come back and get him. And that's basically the story is about that. So. Mm-hmm. And we fight all kinds of crazy. We got a T-Rex in there. One of my original concepts was a octopus that had robotic parts and lightsaber. Can't use lightsabers, but
light swords.
Light swords, yeah, and just fun stuff like that. A lot of it's just based off of just fun things. Mm. Okay, here I got your link here now. Let's see here. Where's your chat at? So I can where do you keep your chat?
Oh, the chat for the YouTube should be on the side.
Oh, okay. Let me go to your YouTube. What's your YouTube channel?
I put the link to it. It should be there.
Oh, you know what? I just had it. I just closed it. Where did it go? No, I'm doing so bad at this today.
Yeah, don't worry. It's okay. Everything.
I guess it's to be expected. I got bit by a dog this morning, so I'm just kind of having a rough day, I guess. Let's see where's that.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked by a pit bull, right? Pit bull bit.
Yeah.
It bit his dad handles.
Yes, right on there. Yep.
He showed me. I was like, God damn! No, it wasn't that type of showing, but it was literally. I'll kind of show. I won't pull it up, but it was right here, right? This chunk right.
Yeah. There. Yep. He got me good. I just got 3 little punctures, so but the shitty thing is I have to go get a rabies shot because I don't know if the dog's certified, for rabies. Yeah. And even then, the guy said, the animal control guy said I should go get one anyways because they don't know. Sometimes those dogs are asymptomatic or whatever. Hey, I just appeared on your stream there.
Oh no, I popped you back up. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm whoa.
Yeah, I actually took the display off because I had my YouTube stuff on and I was like looking for my YouTube channel, and then I didn't want everybody to see what I've watched. Like, you know, I didn't watch, like, you know, sometimes you get in that hole and like you find yourself like watching animal mating videos and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really funny because like there's one where I like ran into one about Sphinx cats mating. That was weird as fuck. And then like reading the comments is even weirder. Like just somebody like, you know, when cats have sex, they like scream and shit.
Because yeah, I got like I'm all over the place in my neighborhood. They're everywhere.
Damn.
That dog maybe could have done something useful today and maybe ate some of those cats. That would have been great. But no, he had to come and take a bite out of me instead.
Well, it's funny because like I was like one time I was like sleeping, right? Or it was like in my room and it was 11 at night, and then I hear a kid crying, but it doesn't sound like a kid's crying from indoor a house, like a young kid. It sounds like it was a toddler and they were crying and wailing like outside. I'm like, who the fuck is their kid outside? Like at this time, I mean, I'm not saying if that's in their yard, but I'm like, what kind of fucking parent puts their kid outside? And then I like heard it and I kind of like stood there and I'm like, oh, it's two cats having sex. But it was like one of them, like that one was horny and it was crying and stuff.
Yeah, that's I hear that like because we have tons of stray cats around my neighborhood. The good news is we don't have any like rodents or anything anywhere, because there's so many cats. But I always find like dead birds and shit in my yard and stuff. There's a lot of stray cats in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really funny. So yeah, so we were fucking around with that. So yeah, it's like, so when I hear that, like, so one of the commenters was like watching two of these cats have sex, which is like just like wrinkly ball sack on top of wrinkly ball sack, and then somebody wrote, "This is rape," and I'm like, I don't think the animal walks away thinking, was it good for her? Did she have a great time too? I think they just do whatever they do.
Oh man, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that was like weird. It was like I was like, why are you watching a demon mating channel? Hey Quentin, what's up? Cats are singers. Sex, I thought they were singing. Cartoons depicted them singing. No, they don't. They caterwaul. It sounds like kids crying or some shit. Like,
my childhood is destroyed. Oh, jeez.
Demon dong.
Yeah, that sound they make is crazy though.
What, when they scream? When
it's
done?
like it's such a weird sound.
Yeah, it's like this, like especially when they get horny, they kind of like start screaming. And Rose, one of my friends, like told me that, like actually when her tarantula would get horny, she'd start tapping the window, like.
A tarantula?
Yeah, she owned tarantulas. I guess when the females get horny, they go like.
Huh.
To like signal.
Never heard of that. I have to ask my friend about that. He's got a bunch of tarantulas, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he has too many males because they tend to eat them after they're done.
Yeah, he had one that was like molting. I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Where it was like coming out of its skin. I don't know anything about it, so I'm trying not to sound like an idiot here. But anyways, it couldn't get out all the way, so it died. Like
actually, that's a pretty common problem. Yeah.
It got stuck. It got stuck in there.
Yeah.
But he was showing me a video of it, or he posted a video of it or something, and I was like, that's nuts. Like, imagine, like, you know, you're just like doing your like regular thing and you're just like, boom, I'm dead. Like, oops.
Yeah, the molt, a bad molt is actually pretty deadly. Like, that's actually a fairly common problem with some of the tarantulas, especially when they get older. Because I guess they can't pull themselves out of the skin, because like what they kind of do is like the back splits, right?
Right.
And then they kind of have to pull themselves out. But I guess if they're kind of fucked up, they can't do that. Or if it's like too dry or too wet, like whatever it works, it's just not a good thing. But I know with with snakes and stuff, like just watching snake videos, like sometimes they can get a stuck shed where like the skin will actually like be stuck, so they'll actually have to give them kind of a bath to like soak off the skin, and then can scrape it off and shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but guys, by the way, we really are talking about drawing, but you know, we're just talking.
Is that what we're supposed to be talking about? We didn't actually. You never told me why I was here. You're just like, hey, come on the show, talk about your thing. I'm like, okay, cool. I got a Kickstarter going, by the way. The link's on Facebook somewhere. So yeah, go check it out. It's cool.
Yeah. It's like the first comment. So sorry guys. It's in the first comment on my Facebook. It's also in the comments up here of across the board. I don't know why Facebook is not taking the restream thing. It was working fine. And I was wondering what the fuck was going on with it. And I was like, oh, this is why.
Yeah, I need to I need to get on these things and like talk with people more often. It's kind of fun. Just like bullshit and whatever. It's cool.
Well, we can do a do-over because we can also make sure that the fucking thing works. Because I was getting pissed because I didn't know why like my fucking like thing wasn't working. But probably I'll have to delete Facebook off of, you know, the restream and reload it again because it's being annoying. So
delete it off the planet. Yeah, it isn't like, doesn't Facebook like require like a certain code or some crap like that, a certain stream key or whatever?
It kind of does, but it's like I just have to reconnect the stupid thing. Apex Cybernetic Samurai Owl. A must read. Yes, it's a really cool book. I got to see it. It was awesome. So
Thanks.
This is part 2. Yeah.
Yes, issue 2. Yeah, it's first issue, or first arc is 3 issues. The last issue is like 10 pages longer than it just worked out that way. I initially wrote it as one giant thing, and then I ended up splitting it up because I'm impatient. I'm like, I want people to have this. So that's kind of where I was going with it, and I split it into 3 parts because we're working on part 3 right now. So if I wouldn't have split it into 3 parts, nobody would even know about this thing until like next year. So what's going on, Quentin?
Yeah, you got bit by a dog.
Yeah, so I got bit by a dog today. I have 3 hours of history lecture or political science lectures to listen to today. I have 2 weeks worth of Japanese homework I need to get caught up on because my class got screwed up. And yeah, I'm off to a great start today, and it's noon, or well, almost 1. So I'll probably go get some lunch and then head over to go get a rabies shot, which is going to take all day because you have to go to the hospital. That's crazy. Like I called all the clinics. I called my regular physician. I called public health. I called the vet. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? They're like, the vet didn't even know. They're like,
wow, crazy.
Yeah, it's supposed to bite the dog. I had like a flagpole sitting in my front yard that was sitting by my front door. I actually don't even know why it was there now that I think about it. But I grabbed it. I was gonna smack that dog because I was like, this dog's fucking biting me. Like, what the hell? So, but as soon as I turned around, he ran off. So
did you get the dog?
Well, animal control came by and picked him up. I feel really bad because the dog. I don't think the dog was being aggressive. The other dog, on the other hand, this dog barks at me every time I go into my driveway, and this dog barks at me like it wants to eat me. Like it's aggressive.
The one that bit you.
The other one that was with him. The one that bit me is like kind of skittish. So I think it just got a little nervous and bit me or whatever. But the other dog, I'm pretty sure, is an aggressive dog, and if that dog had been near me, I'd probably be missing an arm or something.
Oh, wow. Well, probably the other dog's also kind of a bitch. It just is a big talk.
Maybe.
It's like, I'm going to go beat you up. I'm going to try it. Make me. Bam!
Yeah, I've never been bit by a dog before. I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed that this is how I'm going to have to spend my day. But maybe something good will come of it. We'll see.
Well, you can go sit still for 5 minutes and listen to history and shit while you're getting up.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna load my lectures onto my phone, I guess, and watch them while I sit there bored out of my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because back in the day, rabies used to kill the shit out of people. Now it's like, yeah, fuck, I gotta go to a shot.
Yeah, well, I guess you don't have to get the shots in the stomach anymore either, so that's good.
Oh, that's just not been a thing for a long time. I remember I got a rabies shot as a kid because I got bit by a cat one time. And it bit, and they had to put it, they had to, basically do it in my butt cheek. That sucked, but that was better than probably the stomach. So I knew there was, over 15 shots in the stomach at once. I was like, what the fuck? Now it's not that anymore.
Yeah, because they used to have to do a bunch of shots. Yeah, I think it's 4 shots now over 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, they don't do it all at once anymore. But I do know that they'll probably do it on your ass cheek, or they'll probably do it in your arm. But the thing is that the chances are probably they'll have to give you a shot, like a tetanus shot or something, because the dog's teeth can inject you with bacteria. I think that's what they'd be worried about more.
Right, yeah. I haven't had a tetanus shot in a while. It's been over 10 years, I think.
Yeah, I usually have to get them every 10 years anyway.
I don't live dangerously anymore. I just do stuff
So how'd you live dangerously? Were you like Apex?
Oh, no. Party animal. Mm-hmm. Skateboarding, bike riding, things like that. I don't do any of that anymore. I screwed my back up 10 years ago. So I bought a skateboard recently, and I tried to ride around just to my studio, which is a couple blocks from my house. And I had my Achilles tendons were so sore because I hadn't done anything like that in 10, 15 years. So I had to take a little break from it. And then it was smoky out. Was it smoky down there?
Wasn't that smoky, actually? No. LA got kind of a little smoky because we had the LA National Forest Fire, but it wasn't too bad.
So we had it was pretty smoky up here. We didn't have any fires right here, but we live in the valley, so a lot of that smoke builds up in the evenings when it cools down, and then it blows out during the day. But so it was smoky. So I haven't actually ridden my skateboard in 3 or 4 weeks because after my Achilles tendons weren't sore anymore, then it was too smoky outside for that kind of activity. So and I used to smoke, so I got to do everything I can to save my lungs now.
Yeah, right. So. Yeah, for me, I'm I don't know, right now it's okay. So the mask is actually kind of okay for keeping shit filtered out as much as possible. But for a while, the first week before I knew about that we had a fire, I was like, why the fuck do I don't feel well? Like, how come I feel kind of shitty, you know? And then
you wake up like a headache and stuff.
Well, yeah, and I started getting sick, and you know how some parts of you are getting tender, like the flu? That's how I felt, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I was like lying there, and I'm like, ugh, and then it's like, oh, okay, I see why, because I had that. About 13 years ago, we used to live on the hill in the Caribbean, and every evening some dumb random oat kept barking, annoyed the fuck out of me, so what'd you do, Quentin? Anyway, so why Apex? Why an owl?
Oh, man. Okay, so it's funny because I was talking about this yesterday. I'm like, there's like a lot of reasons I made this. So like I've just been kind of dropping them like here and there. Eventually somebody's going to call me out on it and be like, what is the real thing? I don't really know. Honestly, I mean, I had, I was talking with Two Brothers Comics the other day, and they asked me, and I gave a different story than I think I did last time. But there was a lot of reasons. Owls are apex predators, which is why he's named Apex, which is so it's just kind of a like he's the top of the food chain kind of thing. So my original concept for him was it was going to be one shot comic strip style pages where this overpowered ass owl goes and destroys something crazy and powerful, like a Godzilla type monster, or like I was saying, like the octopus with the light swords. Mm-hmm. So just kind of stuff like that, just for fun. And then my friend Garrett kind of told me, hey, you should just make this like make a real comic, dude. Don't do any of that like comic strip stuff. And I'm like, all right. So a year goes by and I'm like still working on it because I'm too stubborn to like hire anybody to help me. And finally I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. I got to hire somebody. So we hired Brian. We got Brian on board, and we got Justin Birch doing the letters, and it's been a blast. I love like getting pages from Brian. Like he sends me pages and I'm just like, holy fuck, dude. Like every time he sends me something, I'm like, this is amazing. Like it just blows me away because he just like he's got my vision. Like he just sees like what I wrote on the paper, and he just takes it and he just makes it exactly the way I wanted it. And I don't have to ever fucking tell him like, nope, this isn't good enough. Like it's fucking perfect just the way it is. And I love it.
Oh, that's cool. It
is great. It really is.
So, yeah, so it's like kind of funny, like, with that, because it's like with Apex. So did it start off as kind of a silly thing, like it wasn't that serious, and now it's like, because the comic itself is kind of serious, but was it kind of like a fuck off thing, like, yeah, okay, he does this shit? It was,
yeah. I kind of created him during a really frustrating time. I had I was telling this to Two Brothers Comics the other day. I was gonna do a collaboration with a friend of mine, and we're good friends. I love the guy to death. We're good friends. I love him. We just weren't working well together, and it was fine. And then I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to make my own thing then. This is what I'm going to do. And I just sat down and I just made my own thing. And that's kind of where it ended up. I mean, you can't work with everybody, right? Like everybody's different. Some people have like the same creative drive and they just clash, and, and you just don't work together, and it's for the best, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we've kept in touch like since the last one. What was the one that we talked to? It was 1-2 Comic Talk, right? That's where we met. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of funny, like I've introduced you to the world of Johnny Ryan.
Oh yeah, oh man, that guy's comics are out of control.
Like I sent you, huh?
Go ahead.
No, I sent you him one that were like really bad. Like one was called like Follow Your Dreams, and it shows this guy like. And then like later on he's like shooting up a whole like fucking mall and shit, and I'm like going, and now when people go like, oh, why are you laughing at that? I said, okay, so the thing about Johnny Ryan is like he draws shit that's bad and shocking, right? But you laugh at the utter absurdity of like how these people's minds think in general. I think that's where I get it. Like I just start laughing because it's like, what makes you think that's a good idea? But it's like people just do that type of shit. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I mean, yeah, I don't think anything should be off limits for comedy. I mean, that's just kind of, I don't know. I think if you can't laugh at anything, then I think it's, what's the fucking point? But that guy's shit confuses me sometimes because I'll see it and I'll be like, I don't even understand what the fuck's going on here, and I just move on. It's fine. But yeah, his stuff is. Does he get taken down a lot on social media? It seems like
only his content Instagram, he gets into trouble for it.
So strange. Because Instagram and Facebook are like the same company. It seems weird that they'd have different rules.
I don't know.
On one over the other.
It's called different standards. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me. But sometimes with him, it's like It's just with him, it's like overall, like Instagram will take him down, but Twitter won't actually. He posts a lot more really fucked up shit on Twitter. Yeah, it's like Johnny Ryan 101 or something.
Yeah, I think I follow him over there. I don't really do well on Twitter. Every time I open it up, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like it hurts me physically. Like I'm just like, what is wrong with all of you people? And you know, I'm like, should I like try and everybody's like, Twitter's great for like selling art and like and for growing your brand and your company and all this stuff. And everybody tells me that, and I'm like, this is a fucking cesspool. Like it's disgusting the way people act and say shit. You know, people are just saying terrible things to each other, and I'm just like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Oh, a pissed off mechanic grabbed the dynamite like a firecracker, ignited it, tossed it at the dog, and bam! I'm like, God damn. Where the fuck was this, Quentin? I know you live in Rotterdam, but where the fuck is this again? That's crazy, dude. So you just like, that kind of trips you out, like with the whole thing about where people live and like how different they are. Like, you know, with Lebanon and Beirut, they had that really horrible like explosion, right? So.
Oh yeah, that was like, man, that feels like it was a long time ago. That was only like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that long ago, and it was crazy because I have a friend who is half Lebanese. Like his dad's from Lebanon. It's not like his family was there for a while. Like he's like half American white person and half Lebanese. And it's really funny because he has relatives that live in Lebanon, and he would go to stay with them. So one of the things that he told me is that one time he was there was this house fire, and the neighbor was freaking out, and they said, "Oh, it's just a house fire, whatever." And it turns out that fucker had like mortar rounds and fucking AK-47 rounds, all this artillery. Like I think he even had like fucking mortars and like Stinger and portable missiles in the fucking base of his house. And no, he wasn't working for any terrorist or militant organization. He just had those at the bottom of his house, I guess, from the 80s. Because if you guys do remember or don't, like, remember when we were kids, they had the Beirut-Lebanon war? Like, America was involved with Beirut? It was like... Oh, man. It was in the early to mid-80s. I mean, I sort of...
There's a lot of that stuff going on.
Yeah, like, I remember it. Like, I remember, like, there was some shit about it. The dog got yipped loudly, pigeons scattered all over the place, and the mechanic shouted, "Fuck." Anyway, so, like, in other places, so this guy just, like, freaked out about, like, having all that shit under his house, and his house was burning. I'm like, how the... Like, in America here, like, they freak out about guns, but they're like, nobody worries about having mortars and fucking missiles under the house and shit, and grenades. I think the dude had grenades, too, so I'm, like, going... I asked my friend Mike, I said, "What's that mean?" And he says, "Oh, it's malesh, like, whatever," kind of thing. Damn.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, he's just like, yeah, I had cousins that were 12 and they ran around with cigarettes and shit, and like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's like, yeah, some people are like, oh, like about here. I'm like, dude, you don't go anywhere in the world. Everywhere else in the world is nuts. It's like, that happened in my home island. I'm like, what was your home island again, dude? I forgot. Anyway, so you just decided to what made you go and jump into it being serious, Apex?
Oh man, I don't know. I just got pushed into this. I just wanted to make comics, and like I just want to make comics, and my friend Garrett was like, "Hey, dude, just make this thing, dude." I'm like, "Okay." And I like I said, I tried to do a little collaboration with another friend of mine, and it didn't quite work out. But I was just determined to do it, and here I am, suffering through the world of making comics.
Well, you're also suffering because of a dog bite. Don't confuse the two.
Yeah, that's not even really that bad, though. That's just gonna be a waste of my day, really. So. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So other than Apex, you got any other projects going on, or anything, or any ideas?
I got a little thing that I've been been in the concept phase for a long time. It's about stupid chickens that form. They're just regular like farm chickens that are stupid and like regular chickens are, right?
This doesn't happen to be related to our current times now, because we talk about that a lot. Like, God damn, this person is stupid. God damn, what the fuck is this? You know.
I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, it could. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet. Garrett wrote a little script for it. I haven't really touched it yet. I've been designing. I designed a character for it. It's called the Poltron, and these chickens are gonna like get into these like giant like robot things, and like it's just gonna be a parody of all kinds of stupid shit. There's a lot of ideas floating around. We got a little script going. We might make it a webtoons thing. It's basically just something that I'm gonna work on later this year, hopefully, if I get around to it. I started redesigning some of the elements of the character the other day because I had like a weird head, like the body was the head at the same time, and I thought that looked really strange. So I gave him like an actual head, so he's more humanoid-like, and it's fun. I'm still trying to like design the sword and like figure out, those types of things. But yeah, it's just supposed to be like a stupid thing. That's funny, I guess.
It's kind of funny because like people know you now for like really the serious comic Apex. You know how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles could be serious, right? But then in like really you write like really random goofy fucking shit like regular show. Remember when they had like the goose and the geese and the goslings and shit, and then they did like the Voltron thing. It was just like less fist bump. Remember when they formed that like fucking like Duck Voltron or some shit?
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, there's so many different things like that too. I think that's why it's fun. It's like why I thought it would be fun to like make fun of it. I guess kind of. I don't know. Just have fun with it. Something like that, making robots and doing things. I like robots and Transformers. I got like 5 million Transformers over here in this case.
Oh yeah, which ones?
It's mostly new ones. I like the combiner ones, the ones that combine into different things. I like the tape deck guy, Soundwave. That guy's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I tell some of my friends, like, we like started making fun of like some of the Transformers, like Blaster. I'm like, Blaster, huh? And like if you watch the anime, it's like so bad because it's like, I guess Blaster and Soundwave like killed each other at one point because they wanted to see who was like the most baddest like soundbox and all that. So they started blasting at each other, and then they literally shook each other apart, right? And so, and then so they rebuilt Blaster, but all his colors were black. And you know what they called him?
It was Sound Blaster, right?
No, it was Blaster. Like that's the original Transformers name in America, but this is the anime, like back in.
Oh, okay.
This is a different arc. It's very different. So I said, you know what they changed his name to? Ghetto Blaster. I'm like.
Really? Huh? Never heard that.
It was funny, but it was bad. I was like, oh fuck, guys.
I've been trying to watch
now. They can't do that now, obviously.
They can't. Well, there's a lot of like issues I've noticed with them, like things that are named in Japan, like they don't transfer over here, so they have to like register for a different name for certain characters. But I've been trying to watch the Japanese one, obviously because I'm learning Japanese, but just to help me with the language recognition, and those Japanese ones are trippy. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Oh yeah, like there's some Japan like where it's an interesting thing because like they have a whole new other side thing about Japan. Hey pops, whatever, what's going on? Not whatever, what's up? Sorry, god damn, this fucking quarantine made my brain soft, Jesus. But yeah, no, in Transformers it's hilarious because it's like they kind of have this thing where they the localization's really kind of weird, But I was like telling my friend Lawrence, and he's like, I tell him some shit that they were doing, and he's like, oh, that's fucked up. Just laugh. If anybody doesn't know Lawrence, he's real deal. It was just really funny, and we start laughing about that shit. A little bird told me that the indie crowdfund site is now live. Yes. I'm going to try that out, too, for retailer shit, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to experiment with that platform. Get that out to the store so if people cannot buy things online, they can buy it from them. But yeah. But anyway, so which series have you gone into for Transformers, if you can remember their names? If you cannot, that's fine.
Which series? Oh man. Well, just obviously the original one because that's what I grew up on. That and GoBots, I think was that what it was called? GoBots?
Yeah, GoBots. Although we made fun of GoBots because somebody said, "Oh, they were better because they were metal." It's like, shut the hell up, dude. But I like GoBots.
I liked Beast Wars, even though like if you go back and look at it now, like it looks like complete shit. Like because it was like a 4:3 aspect ratio, and like the CGI technology was ass back then. That was pretty cool. Man, I mean, probably almost anything that's been on TV. Some of the newer stuff I haven't really watched, like Armada or whatever it was called.
I started to watch Armada, and then I got annoyed because it wasn't Peter Cullen, so I turned it off.
The new, I don't like any of the movies. The movies are, I mean, the first one was okay because I was like, oh, finally we're getting a Transformers movie, and then after that, I just was not interested at all.
Yeah, I heard it got really bad.
Yeah, I rented the let's see what was the last one that came out, the last night I think it was called, or something like that.
Yeah.
I rented it and it was such a snooze fest. Like I think I watched 20 minutes of it and just turned it off.
What was it supposed to be about?
Something about something. Yeah, Beast Machines was kind of a weird one.
Yeah,
I kind of felt
Beast
like
Wars. Beast Wars was like Optimus Primal and all that, and then Beast Machines,
Yeah.
like they evolved to something else.
they went back to like Cybertron or whatever. I think what happened was they either hired a new animation studio or a new or brought in some new technology for the animation, and it was just leaps and bounds ahead of what they had at the time. And I don't think they could have continued the show in the way they were doing it with that new technology or studio or whatever, because it's pretty obvious like the jump in quality as far as visuals go was way better, but the Beast Machine show was not as good as Beast Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, I was glad they got Peter Cullen, but I mean, also the thing is, like, I was sad that a lot of the old Transformers weren't voiced by the original people, but a lot of them died. Like Chris Latta, he did Cobra Commander and fucking Starscream, but he died of like a brain hemorrhage in '96. So I'm like, well, we can't use him.
Oh, geez, I didn't realize he was gone. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he's such an iconic voice too.
Yeah, well, it's like he had this bitch voice. Like, it was kind of like, I'm a bully, but I'm a fucking bitch, but I'm going to stab you in the back no matter what. Like, he had a good voice. He used the same voice pretty much for Cobra Commander and Starscream. I don't think anybody's other voice for Cobra Commander has ever matched up. That's the thing that makes me sad.
Yeah, they had some. Somebody did a pretty good one for Starscream on the new show, I thought.
I'm trying to remember.
I've seen that too. The new one, it's like 5 episodes, I think. It was pretty good.
I'm trying to remember who that was.
I think the problem I have with the more modern Transformers is the story's too developed now, I think, for my taste. Like, it was more fun when it was just like, all right, we're the Autobots, and like these are our vehicles. We're the vehicle dudes, and these guys are like guns and planes and all kinds of stuff, which I don't even know how the Autobots even ever stood a chance against the Decepticons, but whatever.
Armor plating.
Yeah, I guess. Because they're just like stupid. Like, this guy's like a Volkswagen Beetle, and this other guy's like a frickin' giant warplane, you know?
Yeah.
Somehow they're equally matched, though.
Mm-hmm. I was like, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker are still around. Oh yeah, they are, but like a lot of the, like Ratchet, the guy who voiced him was dead, but he's like was an old man by the time he voiced Ratchet. And I guess Ratchet was actually supposed to be a woman, but they just changed it for the toy line for some reason, because they were patterning after Nurse Ratchet, you know. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Interesting. I was not aware of that.
Oh yeah. I was reading it. It was like in some obscure thing, but that's what happened. But yeah. Peter Cullen and Frank Welker are still around. Oh yeah, they are.
How old is Peter Cullen these days?
I think he's in his 60s, right?
Canadian. He's Canadian. I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yes.
79 years old. Wow.
79?
Yeah, all of the voice actors are from Canada. That's so strange. You know, like all the X-Men animated series guys are all from Canada. I think almost all of them.
Yeah, one of them actually died pretty recently. He was 62.
Yeah, yesterday or day before yesterday. Yeah, the guy who did Cyclops. Yeah, crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we met Cal Dodd and Wolverine, and we met a bunch of those guys. Me and Garrett at Wizard World in January, right before this COVID thing happened.
Crazy.
It was great. We went and had a few drinks, and all those guys are just fantastic, like just amazing people. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, all those guys are from Canada. It's crazy.
Oh, Canada.
They must have a good agency or something up there that they have running up there for. Or maybe they work for less. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're just better at voice acting than everyone else.
Well, I met a guy that actually worked as Glumgold for the new DuckTales. It's funny because David Tennant's in everything now, so it's like, "Hi, I'm David Tennant" and shit, and he writes that, right? And then the guy who did Glumgold, he's like an American dude, which is kind of cool. He's really nice. I've met him a few times.
He's the one that did that. Man, I can't remember what it was called. Broadchurch, right? Is that what it was called? Was it called that?
David. Yeah, David Tennant did. David Tennant did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was his thing, right? Yeah, that was a. I watched the American version of that. I haven't watched the British one. But I watched the American one. I thought it was a pretty good show. Mm-hmm. Everybody that I told that I watched the American one, they're like, "Oh, you watched the crappy one." I'm like, "I'm sure I did, but I mean, it is what it is. Like that's what I watched." So
what's the
I'm not gonna
American version of Broadchurch about?
Ah, man, what is it called? Let me look it up.
Yeah, here we are. We instead of talking about like deep artist stuff, we just look at this.
Broadchurch. Is that what it was called? I can't believe I remembered that. If that's
Broadchurch, I think.
It was called Broadchurch. Okay, so what was it called here?
Maybe the wiki part.
It had that lady in it from I can't remember her name, but she was in Breaking Bad. She was the wife in Breaking Bad.
I can't remember her name. I just remember Bryan Cranston dying of cancer in that movie. I mean, in that thing.
Did he end up dying? No, he didn't, did he?
Well, I don't know about Walter White. No, but his character, Walter White, started off having lung cancer.
Oh, right. Yeah. Grace Point is what it was called.
Was that what it's called? What's it supposed to be set in? Because Broadchurch is obviously in England, right?
It was yeah. Grace Point was it was in the like northwest coast, I think, somewhere up there. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. Breaking Bad too. Breaking Bad was pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
I go where I want to go. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Cal Dodd's a funny dude, and he'll just like randomly pop out the voice and just say something. You're like, whoa, what the hell's going on here?
Oh, that's one of the guys from the X-Men team, huh?
Yeah. Oh man, so good. Yeah, he just randomly do the Wolverine voice for you and get you all wired up.
You're like, I think whatever, bub, or something like that. That's how he talked.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of funny because, like, in the movie of X-Men, where it had Hugh Jackman, it was kind of funny because it's like he never said bub or any of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, he wasn't really whatever. I like Hugh Jackman. I think he's a great dude. I think he's a great Wolverine. I don't think he's gristly enough though to be Wolverine. Like I just think that there's just he doesn't have that Clint Eastwood, like that. And that's, I don't know. I think somebody's going to come along and do it better. I think, and people might not like me for that, but for saying that, they'd be like, "No,
well, on
he's
my
the
show,
best."
You always say the shit. I think everybody says some shit on my show.
Right. Well, I guess if the worst thing I said was Hugh Jackman's probably not going to be the best Wolverine, I'll probably be fine. Oh man, I forgot. I'm like, why am I hurting over here? Oh yeah, that's right. I got bit by a dog.
Like,
I actually kind of forgot for a second.
Oh well, at least you're having a good time then.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I just don't want to go get a rabies shot. I'm not happy about it.
Here we go. I did another demon bitch.
I was like, what are you doing over here? I forgot you were drawing. I thought this was just like doing itself. That's actually kind of funny. I've been watching it over here on my other screen, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. What's going on over here? I forgot that was you drawing over there.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's just a flu. Let it go. Get Elsa in there.
Yeah, let it go. She's like all pissed off. I don't know why I did that. I just am an asshole sometimes like that. I should draw like some stupid stuff too.
So Demon Bitch is based off a real person?
Yeah, she's a real piece of shit.
Does anybody know who this person is besides you?
Some people guess, but really the Demon Bitch is supposed to be everything in the world that basically any bitch that you've run into that has just been a pathological liar about everything. Now, right. Some people know what Egg Lady looks like, because Egg Lady is a failed fucking immigration lawyer that would take her client's money and just leave them high and dry.
Oh, okay. And that Egg Lady is the character from here, right? With all the...
Yeah, with all the skin problems and the fucking gross-ass, like, wedding dress and shit.
Right.
And she's all hunched over and all that. It's actually kind of funny, because some of my fans, when they get involved, they'll, like, watch it, and they'll be, like, all going... They'll be laughing, and they'll say, what the hell's this? Yeah, they'll go like, and then they'll hear this beeping outside of my house because sometimes the garbage trucks drive by, and then they'll say, "Oh shit," and Quentin will go like, "Oh shit, Egg Lady's backing up right now."
That's funny.
Oh yeah, we're bad. We're terrible people. So Demon Bitch is crying because they're just telling her little coronaviruses are still the flu.
Every once in a while, I catch myself like saying something like negative about somebody or something like that, and it doesn't happen very often. But I'll be like, "Oh man, I'm such a terrible person." I just hammer myself over it. I'm just like, I shouldn't do that. It's so bad.
Where with me, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Personally, I don't give a fuck. It's like, did I hurt your feelings? Personally, I don't give a fuck. Because for me, I mean, I guess if I make fun of somebody like that, they've already burned their bridges with me 30 times over. It's like I'm not interested in ever talking to them again. And if I ever met them ever again, I'd probably say something extremely rude to them anyway, so it wouldn't matter to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like a sneaky little evil thing that I would do.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I should have got my screen on here and drew something. That would have been cool.
Oh darn it! Well, you could have done that. You could still do that. We got time.
I don't have it all set up. I have to reinstall my Wacom drivers because they're acting like crap. Oh hey, we only got 2 new cases of COVID today. Yay!
And watch people like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with you? It's like, no, we're not really cheering about that, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't want to go to the hospital, but that's probably like the safest place to be, like, because it's like everybody's gonna be like, whatever. But I can't believe that the only place to get a frickin' rabies shot is the ER. That's crazy. That's gonna cost an arm and a leg.
For you?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I have insurance, but I don't know what it covers, and my neighbors are gonna pay for it. Like, that's my wife's pretty much like, hey, this is like their renter's insurance or their homeowner's insurance or whatever. They're gonna have to pay for it because that's the dog bit me.
Yeah, it was a little butthole. It bit you.
Yeah. I like him too. A cool little dog. I was like, hey man, what's up, doggy? And just bite. Crazy shit.
It's like, it's probably the asshole dog. Like, the asshole dog just talked a lot of shit. The actual skittish dog was like, freaked out about fucking everything.
Yeah, I mean, like when the animal control guy came, he just grabbed him up, and like the other dog, like the more aggressive one, he was having a little trouble getting him, but. So, but I'm just like worried about it because I'm like, I don't want them to put the dog down, So apparently they have to bite 3 people within 8 months for them to put it down. So I don't know if that sounds ridiculous or if that sounds fair. I have no idea, but I'd hate to see an animal get put down for something like that because I know he's not aggressive. He wasn't being. I honestly, I think he was just trying to play around with me. Is what he was doing, and just got a little too crazy.
The dog is a Skrull.
Then we should put him down.
Oh, what are Skrulls anyway? I'm not familiar with that part of it of the Marvel universe.
You know the little green dudes that have like the they almost look like Thanos with their chin, like they have that like little it's like a ball sack. I don't even know what does it look like. I don't even know what is up with. Let me look it up. Skrull. I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, because I hear about them and it's like, oh, we're gonna kill them and everything. I'm like, what the fuck are those things? Like, are they things that possess people or are they things that just?
They're shapeshifters.
Oh. Okay.
But they also take the powers of the people they shapeshift into. So like there was like the Super Skrull at one point that had like all the powers of the Fantastic Four, which is a pretty common thing with him. He's got all of like the stretching ability, the fire ability, the rock, the thing, and the invisibility thing. Oh man, I haven't seen Captain Marvel. I kind of fell out of the Marvel universe when Iron Man 3 ruined the Mandarin.
Why did it ruin it for him? For you?
He just wasn't the Mandarin. He was like that drunk dude. Did you watch it? Did you see it?
I watched some of it, I think.
So the Mandarin was I didn't know this later because they fixed it later, but I guess they fixed it. So God, what the hell? Let me look him up. Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley was the Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
And they had all this awesome promotional material where like the Mandarin was coming and like the 10 rings and all this shit. And, like the thing about the Mandarin is he's like magical based, like with his power similar to probably like Doctor Strange, right? And that's like why he's always like a great rival to Iron Man, because Iron Man's like technology and the Mandarin is magical. And it's always had like a really It's always been like really good stories have been written out of that. And it turns out he was just like this drunk dude, like in the movie, and he was just like an actor, like covering for somebody else's bullshit. And the other guy's like, I'm really the Mandarin, and he's like just some regular fucking dickhead. But supposedly they did a little short after one of the other movies, and it was they like redeemed it. So I don't know. Iron Man 3.
Didn't Andy Serkis play a guy that was like all crazy, and was he kind of the Mandarin? I don't know.
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was the one. Andy Serkis was. No.
They buffed him up for that shit, though. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it is right there. He's going to show up in the Shang-Chi movie or whatever. Yeah.
Shang-Chi? Which one is Shang-Chi? I'm trying to remember which one is that.
He is the martial artist dude from, is he Chinese?
I think so, yeah. I've heard of him, just don't know.
Maybe from Hong Kong? I'm not sure where he's from. I don't remember. I have a couple comic books at the minute, but I don't remember where they're at.
Uh-huh. Well, they probably didn't want to get any shit for, like, whitewashing or some shit, because it's like, even though they kind of whitewashed it, but they were like, do we make this person Asian? Because we don't want to kind of do that, the Mandarin thing,
Right. Well, the Mandarin was, because the Mandarin is a Chinese guy, too, in the comic books, I think.
Yeah. Because I was, kind of surprised. I was like, okay. And then even though, like, in Flash Gordon, even though it's not technically in Marvel, but it's kind of funny because he's, like, not really Asian, but, what is it?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis plays Ulysses Claw in Black Panther.
That's it. Actually, they fucking buffed his ass up, though. Like, I was actually surprised how buff, like, Andy Serkis got him. Like, I remember your ass is Gollum. What the fuck happened there?
I want to get on the Marvel workout program, so I can just have a 12-pack, because every single one of those dudes is just out of control buff. And then they got like Thor and what was it? Endgame, where he's like all fat. Like that's pretty funny shit. He's like, yeah, I get to eat like donuts and shit for like fucking 6 months because I don't need to work out for this one. Finally. So those guys are all ripped as hell.
Oh yeah, I'm drawing Demon Bitch like coming from the riots for this stupid cheesecake. It's like, hey, look, I got free cheesecake. I'm getting dark as hell. I'm sorry. You know what kind of got me was the guy from Black Panther who passed away.
Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, that's
Chadwick
crazy.
Boseman, thank you.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that movie yet either. I skipped from Iron Man 3. A couple of my friends invited me to go see. I actually didn't watch. I watched Infinity War at home. I think somebody brought it over or something. I watched that one, and then I watched most of it, I think, and then I watched Endgame, which I think is a terrible name for a movie. It's still cringy to me. So Endgame, and then I think I watched I've watched all the Captain America movies. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what order those came in, but Ant-Man, I watched that one, I think, but Iron Man 3 just killed it. Just killed it for me.
How come you hated that movie?
I just don't like. It's like imagine if you had a Batman movie where they made the Joker like. They're like, hey, here's the Joker, and then like made it like a joke, like they just destroyed they just didn't do a good thing with the character, and it was annoying. I was really annoyed. But I think I hate the new Star Wars movies more than I hate Iron Man 3 now.
Really? Why?
I just don't think they're good.
Mm-hmm. One person
Lots
got really
of reasons.
butthurt at me. It's like, you can't stop my opinion. I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad, but all right.
I mean, my opinion on the second one changed just because at least in that movie they tried to do something different, even though I didn't like it. In the first two, though, they were just complete rip-offs of like other Star Wars stuff. Mm-hmm. Like there was nothing. There was no original content there.
Yeah.
And it was. And it's almost like the third one was trying to undo the second one. So like you spend like a lot of the movie like going, okay, this doesn't make any sense. And it's like, I don't want to overthink it because it's a movie, right? It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you have like glaring things like that going on in a movie, and obviously you're having some creative strife behind the scenes, and that's bleeding into your product, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, some of it was kind of like, I'm not really sure what it is about.
Did you see that? Did you see that? I don't want to spoil it if.
I saw like the last one, but I didn't
So you
see.
saw-
I
okay,
saw
so
the
last
first
one.
one and the last one, but I didn't
So
see the
so
new one.
so you saw when like Chewbacca died and then like he didn't die. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm just like fucking. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Like boom, Chewbacca's dead. Oops, just kidding. Like literally like 2 seconds later, I'm like, that is the stupidest fucking thing. Like it wasn't. It was just bad. I don't know.
By the way, real
You know,
nerds nerding it
they
out.
say-
We're not like cocksucking the actual IPs all the time.
Right. I mean, it is what it is. Like, everybody says, oftentimes you hear people say, well, if you don't like it, make your own fucking thing. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm making my own fucking thing. So that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
And if you don't like my thing, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm just kind of like whatever about it. I don't give a shit anymore.
I'm a real big fan of constructive criticism. So like if somebody has something, constructive to say to me, I'm always willing to listen. I'm in a growth mindset all the time. So if somebody says, hey, this sucks, I'm going to say, why? Why does it suck? I'm going to ask,
Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes like one person actually, she saw Cove Thick 19 and she got mad at me and she said, oh, I bet you're going to put all these like misogynistic tropes plus racism all in a virus. And I looked at it and like, I blocked her. Like, fuck you, like, what are you trying to do, fucking bitch? Like, she was trying to go and get at me for like being racist for some fucking shit that I apparently did. I'm like, this is just sad that you fucking called me racist, you stupid cunt. It's like it's a virus. It's making fun of that. Go away.
Yeah, all right, let's see here. I am going... well, we have 2 hospitals here. Maybe I can shop around and see which one has a faster rabies vaccine for me.
Yeah, you can probably go and message.
I just can't even believe that. I have to go to the ER to do that. That's just crazy.
Well, I'm probably sure if you like start convulsing and hallucinating, foaming at the mouth and trying to bite people, Actually, it's so funny because sometimes like this is one of the girls that reminded me of Demon Bitch. We would watch Fear the Walking Dead. So, there's a Walking Dead.
Right.
And that started like in Georgia, right? And Fear the Walking
Yeah.
Dead is like precursor to that, but it starts off at the
in LA, right?
What?
In LA, right?
Yeah, in LA, right. And Patient Zero was a woman that was a heroin addict and died and then became a zombie. Or she was a crack addict. Well, one of my friends watched it. I said, oh, is that chick? Because it looked like her because you're like, oh, she's all scrawny and fucked up too. So we start making fun of her and we just call her Patient Zero sometimes.
I haven't finished watching The Walking Dead. I think I got to like season 4. I actually, man, it's been like 6 years since I haven't seen that. So I was really sick when I started watching. I had double pneumonia.
Oh fuck.
Right before my son was born, and this is right when I quit smoking. And it was such a fucked up time because I remember watching The Walking Dead, and it just, when you like listen to a song or you see a TV show, and it just kind of takes you back to that time when you actually watched it or listened to it. Or that day, or the time of day, like the evening, or whatever. You get that like that feeling of nostalgia. Well, watching The Walking Dead makes me go back to that time when I had pneumonia, and it's just not good.
Man.
And it's just a depressing show. Like everything's just so depressing.
Yeah, everybody's gonna kill each other, or everybody's doing the worst things to each other. And it's kind of funny when this whole thing started. Sometimes, hey, Captain Comics, what's up? Sometimes I get this weird feeling that sometimes at the beginning, remember there was a meme of Napoleon Diamond like, I wanted fucking zombies, damn it, zombies! And I'm like going,
right.
It's like the other people that I knew in my crew were just like going, oh man, this kind of reminds me of. They were kind of like thinking, I think some people really want the apocalypse, but it's like you really don't want that. Like people that haven't showered in like X amount of days and shit like that, and all the chaos and shit. And I think they were trying to do that like lately. It's like, oh yeah, we're living in this fantasy world of that. I'm like, okay, I don't know why you want to, but all right. I just thought it was weird. Like you get kind of this weird fetishization of apocalypse. Remember, like, didn't you get that kind of idea from some people? Like they sort of fetishize this thing about the apocalypse, and it's like, you guys don't want that, man. It's like the apocalypse is not a good thing.
It's not going to go down the way you think it's going to go down either.
It's actually a really fucked up, nasty, gnarly thing to do. They're like, oh yeah, purge time. I'm like, you don't want that either.
Yeah, no, you don't want this chaos and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never seen any of those Purge movies.
Neither have I.
I watch I love horror movies. I don't know if I'd like that though. But I like the old slasher flicks. Those like super cheesy ones. Like after I do comics, like that's like my next thing. Like I'm gonna I want to make like a B-rated, even like a worse than B-rated, like black and white monster movie of some sort. I like every time I go out, like out to the coast or like out to some like crazy towns, I'll go and like scout around for places to do to like film things, like locations and stuff. I'm like, oh, that'd be like a great like fucked up building to like kill somebody with a chainsaw, pretend style in a movie. Shit like that, like the eyeballs. I think one of the Friday the 13th movies actually has like the special effects, like he squeezes the dude's head and his eyes like pop out of his skull, but they're like on springs, like slinkies.
Oh wow!
It might be like the first or second movie, and it's just like the special effects are so bad, and these movies made millions of dollars.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Pops' birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Pops! Are you gonna be 21?
Yeah, happy birthday!
You can finally drink now.
I just found out the other day that you can't buy cigarettes in California if you're 18 anymore. You have to be 21. That's crazy.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I guess it's been like that for a while. I mean, who smokes anymore anyways? They're like $8 a pack. That's crazy.
One was $7.77, but yeah, still, it's like, god damn. I remember those things were fucking like $4 or $5.
Yeah, I remember when they were. Man, this is gonna make me sound old. When I was 16, they didn't even check your ID. You used to go into the gas station up here down the street from my house, and with $5, they get 3 packs of cigarettes. The good cigarettes too, not the shitty cheapy ones.
Yeah. I actually got bored one time and I said, I found like some $20 cigarettes. I said, you know what, let me go try these, and I bought some.
Yeah, that was $19.99, I think, because the gas was like 99 cents per gallon, and the cigarettes were like $1.12 a pack, I think.
Yeah.
And we'd go fill up my buddy's car. We go out to the lake, we get a bunch of cigarettes, and go out to the lake and smoke, because that's what all the cool kids were doing. Isn't it funny how cool you thought you were when you were a teenager, and you're not cool? You look back on it, you're like, I wasn't fucking cool at all.
Yeah, you're like, I'm the fucking retard back then. What the fuck
Pretty
was
much.
I doing? It's like they say, all these 20-year-old kids are running around doing stupid shit now. They're like, look at this, I'm significant. It's like, no, you are not. They're like, but we're going out and doing things. I'm like, no, you're not. We were 22.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. We're kind of at this age now where we don't look quite young anymore when we're in our 20s.
But we don't look old yet. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be 38 this month. And yeah, I'm like, I think I'm gonna shave. Like, I just keep telling myself, like, maybe I should shave, because I'm like, I probably look like I'm like in my 40s with this fucking beard, because it's turning so gray. But yeah, I've always it's kind of interesting, because when I was young, I was always way younger looking than I was. It's like when I was in my 20s, people thought I was a teenager. So it's crazy now, because I look older than I am, which is fine too. But I mean, people don't even recognize me from
high school.
From the what's that?
High school.
Oh, that's so weird. I just got like weird feedback.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I gotta go get my delivery from my house. Okay.
What'd you have delivered, if you may ask?
I got a book. It's an art book.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I something I forgot I ordered a long time ago, and it's just now showing up.
Mm-hmm. So, excuse me, I got like weird. Excuse me, I got weird fluid down my throat. Oh, it's
like weird when you cough now, and you're just like, I hope they don't think I have COVID.
Yeah, it's like weird. It feels different, like, because I've had bronchitis, and they say like with COVID, like when you cough, it seems like it sucks the air out of you. I don't have that. It's more of like lately I've been coughing on like my own, it going down the wrong pipe more than anything, and I think that's partially because of allergies too. So I'm like, I don't have COVID. Don't worry, I have allergies.
Yeah, this girl at the grocery store the other day was like, she was like clearing her throat, like, because it's been smoky here. It was smoky here for like a week or two, maybe like a week. But I mean, obviously she was having a difficulty, but she was trying to do it in a way where it wasn't like gonna worry me, like, because I was like standing on the other side of the thing. I'm like, you're fine, just cough, it's okay.
Yeah, we're not like fucking paranoid about everything right now.
And then she's like apologizing, like, no, it's fine, it's just cough, it's okay.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad how it's made some people feel like really paranoid about everything. It's like, I was telling people, like, yeah, it's weird because I just kind of don't feel as paranoid about it right now. And people are like, how can you go be so flippant about it? But they don't say it quite that way, but they're actually surprised at how I'm, like, calm about it. I'm like, I don't know, I almost died last year, so I'm kind of like, this is small cakes to me.
Right.
I mean, it's just weird, like, how, like, almost dying kind of makes you kind of not care about certain things anymore. But makes you just uber careful about other ones. It's weird.
Totally.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, support Kenny. Support his work. I'm sorry with all the fuck-ups, but I apologize for that, too.
Yeah, I'll have to come back on and bullshit with you. Maybe next time I'll draw something instead of sitting here just, like, moving my hands around like a weirdo.
I was drawing, too. Don't worry about it.
I've been watching myself, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just sitting here, like, fiddling with this eraser and, like, looking at my watch and, like, moving my hands around like a weirdo.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, you have a great day, and you take care, and sorry for the tech things. I'm going to see what the fuck is going on with this thing. So I'll talk to you later.